Merry Christmas!
It's not quite Christmas yet.
He hates when I say that, and it's not Christmas.
Today, we are talking about 9 things, though, that you could do now in November to start preparing for having a more cozy time in December.
Yes, and we love Christmas. I've always loved Christmas growing up. You've always loved Christmas growing up. We got married. We love Christmas together. It's amazing. It's always been really important for us to have a really cozy time at Christmas. But so often, so many things are happening around Christmas that you don't have time for all the cozy things you want to do. And then you realize, like, according to Christmas, that, oh, I didn't do this, this, and this that I wanted to. Yeah,
so you're running around trying to get everything done. I feel like a lot of us have this like idea of what Christmas must be like in order for us to enjoy Christmas. So we're like running around trying to get everything done, making sure that everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be. And then we forget that, like, at least for me, and for you as well, and I think for a lot of people, like, Christmas is also just about like having a cozy time and relaxing and spending time with your kids and you know, drinking hot chocolate and eating cookies and playing board games or making, you know, puzzles or whatever. And you know, all of a sudden there's no time left for that.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about 9 things that we do now in November to have a cozier, more energy, like, have more time in December to do those things.
Exactly. But before we do that, we're going to dive in a little bit, but I'd like to hear who's here. Yeah. Let us know and grab the opportunity to really thank you guys for being here. Doing these lives is fun for us because of you, because of this interaction that we can have.
Well, we have fun as well.
Well, yes.
But it's more fun when there are people there watching us.
Exactly.
And commenting. So please let us know. And let us know what your favorite thing about Christmas is as we're on that topic.
Yeah.
Because, hey, what's your favorite thing about Christmas?
I think my favorite thing about Christmas is that time in between Christmas and New Year's, which is still Christmas in Iceland, by the way. Like, where everything just kind of slows down and you just wear pajamas and you play board games, you play with, you know, your new Christmas toys, you help your kids build their Lego sets and just take it really easy.
Yeah, true.
How about yours?
I love the baking. I love the baking of the cookies before Christmas. So, like, I always have like at least 5 different types of cookies that I want to make, and I probably end up doing like 7 or 8 types of cookies. But baking the cookies alone or with my kids is super fun. Yeah. And then eating them, obviously.
Yeah, I agree. That's also part of my favorite thing about Christmas. Yeah,
exactly. So let us know yours. Anyways, shall we?
Yep. Number 1 is Christmas gift shopping. Sorry,
there came a comment, so I was like, what? Are you saying something?
The periodical love having time off and having nothing to do. Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of what you were saying.
Yep. Having
nothing to do, which means that you do all the cozy things that you want to do. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And number one. Christmas gift shopping. So I love shopping. So that's not really like a burden to me because I really enjoy going out and like buying that thing that I want to give people. But it is something that I will enjoy just as much in November as I will in December, and probably more because then I'm not stressed about it. And if like Aunt Josephine, I can't find something for her, then I'm not stressing out too much because I do have time and I have time to actually call around and find out what other people can hear.
Yeah. We did a video on this actually specifically last year. So if you go and find that there, I think there are some good tips there. Mm-hmm. It's not, I mean, if you look at the lighting and, you know, the production value of the video, it's not great. So forgive us. But I still think that, you know, maybe it's worth, if you're on the topic, you're thinking about these kind of things, worth checking out.
Yeah, we like make sure we make a list of all the people we're giving gifts to. Do a tentative budget because we don't want to go over budget either at Christmas and be sad in January. But like that. And also then we like check off if we've ordered the gift, if we've received it, if we wrapped it or not. So we're always like on track with
we know exactly where we are. Mm-hmm. And there's very little stress when it comes to getting gifts, generally speaking, except for me finding your gift, which is always a headache, and I always end up doing last minute. And
they're always good though.
That's just part of Christmas.
But all of our gifts except mine are bought in November usually.
Okay. So that was number 1.
Yes.
Number 2 is food prep. Now, we're not saying that you should go out, get
roast
the food,
your duck now.
and then throw it in the freezer and just microwave it when Christmas comes around.
No.
So
we're not saying that. But we are saying that a lot of times, like right now, the Christmas meat that we have here in Denmark is on sale now that it's coming into the stores because it's not there all year round. It's usually like a pork roast, I guess, Fiskestei, you know. So that's usually on sale right now. So you'll buy some now, put it in the freezer, and then use that for Christmas instead of buying it at full price or jacked up price right before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. And this is, I mean, you can also do like get the non-perishables for baking. I mean, things that you can buy now, stock up on, so you have them for Christmas. Then you don't have to worry about them getting them, you know, a quarter to Christmas.
Exactly.
I was thinking that. Was this here or in Iceland where we had that like butter shortage right before Christmas?
We always have tons of butter. We always go out and like, oh, we need butter. Oh, we never know. So I always grab like a couple of butters every time I'm shopping.
I'm not just making this up. I'll have to ask my mom if she remembers this or if it was like maybe that, you know, maybe that's why there was a butter shortage
because we got all the butter. I don't know. I remember that one year where we bought all the cream and all the butter, and then like after Christmas, we're like, why do we have like 5 kilos of butter and like 7 liters of cream?
We made, no, wait, was it Christmas or Easter? We usually buy loads of cream. I'm okay with that. I love cream. But we made like ice cream afterwards.
That was like Christmas.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay for holidays.
That's a little bit.
If you're in America, that's never gonna happen.
Most likely not.
But yeah, where are you watching from? Let us know.
Yeah, exactly. And what foods do you guys eat around Christmas that you could buy now? Like any canned goods, you're like, oh, these canned goods I could buy like today and have them for Christmas.
Yeah.
Also comment on that.
Yep.
Number 3.
On to number 3.
Exactly.
And that is deep cleaning. Yeah. And this is kind of a hot topic. I know a lot of people that you know think that like part of the Christmas preparation immediately leading up to Christmas is deep cleaning. So they kind of save it until like right before Christmas so that on Christmas everything's spotless. And if that's part of, you know, what you want to get out of December and out of Christmas, then we're not saying, hey, you know, don't do that, but do your deep cleaning now. Yeah. But we are saying that, you know, this might be something that you could consider doing, you know, the things that you do once or twice a year, like, you know, cleaning the windows, certain windows, or underneath, you know, vacuuming underneath your bed or something. I don't know.
Or the sofa cushions.
Yeah, exactly. Behind the couch.
Now.
Yeah. So just think about those things that you could do now so you don't have to do them a quarter to Christmas.
Exactly.
And pen it in. Like if it's, you know, you're going to have an easier time finding a Saturday if you're looking at the Saturdays you have left in November than any given Saturday in December.
Most likely.
You know, most likely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you just joined us, then we're talking about what things we can do now to prepare for Christmas so that we don't have to stress around in December and get all those things done.
Yeah.
So we're doing 9 things and we've done 3 already. So keep up with the next 6 with us here.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
if these types of things are something that you like to like prepare ahead of time and to be organized or something you want to be better at, then go ahead and subscribe because these are the things that we do a lot on our channel.
We try to give inspiration in those kind of areas so you know you guys can be a little bit more on top of things and be happier in your day-to-day life.
Because that's what we do. Because otherwise I would not be on top of anything if I didn't like
we plan
things out.
Yeah.
So
methodically, yes.
Things that work, that's what we're sharing.
Exactly. Number 4, and that is decorations.
Yes. And we're not talking about decorating your whole house now in November. I know it's a hot topic for a lot of people. Topic. I would be fine doing it like in October, but other people would not.
Well,
but
October is like my birthday.
Yeah, I don't care. So the lights behind here, we just put them up for this video, and we have a little Santa man here as well. But we haven't actually decorated yet. No.
I think we will
soon.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
But the point of this is not, you know, go and decorate now. It is make sure that if you want to decorate, if you want to do some like decoration crafts, then you might want to go out and get those now. If you're one of those people like us, maybe to some extent, like looking at inspiration on YouTube and your favorite YouTuber is like, hey, you know, you should go and get this at the Dollar Tree
or Target or Home Depot. Then those things do sell out because chances are that YouTuber is not, you're not the only one watching that YouTuber. So those things actually sell out. So make sure you go and get those now so you do have them to make that project you want to make.
And if you really have to like dive into your attic or your basement to find your Christmas decorations, then, you know, you can do that now without necessarily putting them up.
No. Yeah. And check your lights because lights don't always last. So check them out now. We had to go out and buy lights and we wanted some specific ones and they were sold out. So we had to go like 5 different stores. Don't want to do that.
Or if you need like replacement bulbs in your old light chains, if you're not using the newfangled LED light chains, which I think most people are nowadays. But anyways, I mean, that reminds me of Christmas.
Maybe you're old school. Yeah.
Anyhow.
Decorations, get them now before they sell out.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay. On to number 4?
Five. Number 5. Yeah. And that is planning parties and outings and things that you want to do that you kind of connect with Christmas and is part of the build up to Christmas or your Christmas celebration.
Mm-hmm.
What do we mean by that?
I love planning parties. So if I want to have like a Christmas dinner party with some of my friends, then I want to invite them now because their calendar is going to fill up and ours is going to fill up. So send our invitations now. If you want to go out to eat at a certain Christmas buffet, book a table now. If you want to go to a certain Christmas play or Christmas concert, then make sure you find out what dates those are, and then pencil them in now. Or what Christmas markets do you want to see? When are they there? When are they more busy than not? And then like write in your calendar when you want to do that, so you're not stressing out about getting everything done right before Christmas. Yeah. So what things do you go to? Do you go to like a light show in your town? Do you go to like a
lighting of the Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Or
what things do you do in your town that like you do not want to miss out on Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another comment here.
Yeah. How much decoration do you plan on doing before your vacation? So if we're going on vacation, which we often do, like we rotate.
Yeah, sometimes we go to Iceland, sometimes we stay in Denmark.
Yeah.
So before we go away there, we usually decorate the whole house. We don't get a tree the years we're not spending Christmas here. But that's about it.
Yeah, we have a tradition also of buying a new Christmas Lego sets. Yes. We're pretty big on Lego.
If you haven't noticed already, you can watch our videos, and there's a lot of Legos and a lot of different videos.
Yeah,
we even have a Lego storage video, how to like organize your Lego storage. Yeah. So check that out.
But we'll build those probably in a couple of weeks, and the new one should be arriving
tomorrow, I think, actually.
Now. Yeah, so probably this week. I think we'll get started on like the Christmas Legos, and then the decorations will fall soon after.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
What's your going back to like parties and outings and things that we do around Christmas? What's your
that we don't want to miss out on?
Yeah.
I like ice skating. I think that's something that we always did like on the pond when I was little. So I connect that a lot with Christmas. But there's no way I'm gonna let my kids go on a pond and ice skate now.
No.
You might feel differently about it. Growing up in Iceland and being like scary.
It's not below freezing.
No.
But a different experience.
but going to like a mall and having like a skating rink.
Yeah.
There. I always thought it was skating rink. Just found out it was skating rink. I have a skating rink in a mall or like somewhere else. Then going ice skating is something I want to do.
We did that with the kids a couple of years ago. That was fun.
Yeah, we did last year too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Definitely. All right.
They can't skate and they fall all over. It's super fun.
They're getting pretty good. I mean,
they're getting there.
Yeah. Better than the parents.
I don't have to say that.
Anywho, number 6, Santa's Little Helper. Now we have to be careful about this because the kids are in the next room.
Yeah, and I think they're sleeping, but we're not sure. So, you know how sometimes Santa, he asks the parents to help out with getting a few little gifts for either a stocking or for a shoe. If you're Icelandic, then you put a shoe in your window, and then one of the Santa Clauses come and put like
one
of thing.
The 13 Santa Clauses.
Exactly. Yeah. So if Santa has asked you to help out a little bit, then make sure you do that ahead of time so that you get the good things from the stores whenever there is something that, hey, this is something my kid might like. So you don't end up getting just a bunch of junk that you're going to throw out on the 28th of December anyways.
Yeah. And this doesn't have to be, I mean, you don't have to be Icelandic for this to work. This could work for like stocking stuffers or little presents.
Yeah. In Denmark, we do like a little gift every day, 24 days before Christmas.
But if you do want to take the Icelandic route, we did a video series on our Facebook page, Real Organized, last year that was very much inspired by the 13 Yule lads, the 13 Icelandic Santa Clauses, where we just did basically a countdown to Christmas with Santa Claus inspired like preparation chores, things that you want to get done, kind of along the same lines as what we're talking about right now. So that might be worth checking out.
So every Santa Claus has like a characteristic to him, and then he just something like that.
Yeah, so there's like door slammer or meat hook or candle beggar. Yeah, so we kind of went off of that.
And then the Christmas cat that eats you if you don't get clothes for Christmas, or the witch mom that boils kids. All the Christmassy things, right? So we're not going to do something about that this year on our YouTube channel, but if you want to know more about this, then go to our Facebook page and check out our videos from last Christmas. There are 13 of them. They're pretty awesome, just saying.
Yeah.
So check that out.
Shira, I love checking out the neighborhood Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights.
Yeah. We go on like extra drives. I think most parents do that. Go on extra drives, like just check out the lights around the
Absolutely. And I remember from when I was a kid, there were certain houses that we knew around like our home and in certain areas of the city where, we'd always drive by because they just had like really extravagant Christmas light decorations.
One day we'll be that house.
Yeah.
Not yet, but one day we'll be that house. Yeah. When our kids move away from home, then we'll be that house. No,
the kids
just kidding.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys put up a lot of Christmas lights, or are you just kind of like, we'll put on like a little, I want to say Nisse, but Americans don't know what that is. A little Santa Claus figure here and there. Like, what do? How much do you decorate?
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
Drop a comments. Exactly. If you have just joined us, we're talking about 9 things that you can do now in November so that you can have a cozier time in December. So if you've liked what you've heard so far, then absolutely
give us a like. We like likes.
We would love that. And while we're on the topic, we're going to do a live next month. So we usually do a live first Thursday of each month. Next month, we're going to focus more on just like the actual things that we do for a cozier Christmas in a very like Scandinavian fashion, Danish
Icelandic fashion.
Yeah.
So
stay tuned
for that.
A little less like organization, a little less planning, a little more Hyggelig.
The stuff that you can do when you are organized. Yeah. So that's next month. This is this month. And Shira, again, we love you, Shira, because she aspires to one day afford to go all out Whoville style.
I like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, that is, life goals.
If there are any. There you go. That's it.
Absolutely. All right, number 7, and that is to front load non-Christmassy things. And this is kind of
the least Christmassy Christmas prep talk we're going to do now, but it is.
Bear with us if you just joined us. I notice a couple more people hopped in. We're actually talking about very Christmassy things in general, and this will make sense in a little bit. Go ahead.
Those things like getting new winter tires for your car, or like wrapping up some end of the year work that you need to get done, or what else could it be?
Like batch cooking, I think is a really good one that like very tangibly can make December less stressful for you. If you you're cooking now, if you just double or triple down on your recipes and then freeze whatever's left over, and then in December when you want to be doing the things that you enjoy doing, if you enjoy shopping, if you enjoy puzzles or playing board games, and you want to spend a little less time cooking or preparing dinner.
Yeah, seriously, come home from work, or he comes home from work or something, grab a thing from the freezer, put it out, and then the time I would have spent cooking, just like hang out with the kids, do some cozy stuff instead, and then you have a meal anyways.
So the non-Christmassy things that you can do now, they are to amplify the more Christmassy things in December. That's the whole idea.
Mm-hmm.
What things have you thought? Maybe you've gotten some ideas so far for things that you could do or that you want to do. Either things that you've come up with yourself or things that we've discussed so far.
Because we only have 2 things left, and they might not be the ones that you thought of.
That is
so
correct.
Let us know what you've thought of, and then we'll add those to the list as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So the second to last one, the number 8, is to go through your kids' toys or clothes or your toys now, so that there's room for more toys or more clothes that they most likely will get for Christmas. Yeah. So
we kind of do this out of necessity. We've got a very like Danish sized home and a slightly above average sized family.
3 kids, which is about 1 more than the norm.
Yeah.
And people are like, what? You're getting a 3rd one?
Did you know you had 2 already? Yeah.
You have 2 hands. Why are you getting a 3rd? But yeah, we have 3 kids and we love them all. But our home is normal sized.
Yeah.
Which also means that we don't have tons and tons of room for loads of toys.
Or clothes, or any other random stuff that you might bring into the house for Christmas.
We have enough. And that's because we're good at rotating. So the stuff that the kids actually play with, we keep out if they've gone through it. And like Emilia, so our daughter Emilia just had a birthday. She just turned 6. Happy birthday, Emilia. But we really wanted to get her like a Barbie Malibu dream house.
Actually, I wanted that.
Yes.
Barbie Malibu dream house. We just kind of.
So that's why we got it for her.
Yeah.
But we got her a Barbie Malibu dream house, and we knew we wanted to get it for her, but there was just nowhere to put it. So we found, okay, it could fit here, but then we need to clear this here out. So we need to go through their stuffed animals and some other toys. And she was not on board with this at all. But we tried to explain to her, like, your birthday's coming up. Like, maybe you'll get something that you can put there instead. And no, she wasn't having it. But then after her birthday, and she got it, because we did clear it out anyways, she was like, oh, so I get it now. Like, there was room for it here. Yeah. Totally clicked for her. And she's like, oh, well, I don't really play with these baby dolls anymore either. And we're like, yes, it's finally clicking for her. Yeah. So we'll be able to clear some of the stuff out that she really has not played with for months and months.
Yeah, and I think this is just generally a pretty good idea. I mean, for her, she's a little bit more attached to like material things than her older brother.
She has a hard time getting rid of toothbrushes.
Yeah.
That's where she's at.
But she's learning the skill of like being okay with letting go of things. And I think that's a good life skill to have. Like, not feeling like you have to hold on to stuff that, once you placed value in. Yeah.
Don't hold on to just because it was yours once.
Yeah. And then, you basically, you make room for things that are going to come in over Christmas. I think this is just generally, good practice, because this is how clutter ends up, accumulating if you're not managing the things that kind of go into and out of your house.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it goes with toys, it goes with clothes, their clothes, it goes with our clothes, like what things we actually never wear. It's a good time just around Christmas to go through that.
Yeah.
Shara,
I watched every article of clothing and linens this past week.
Good job.
Nice one. Yep. And folded. That's like, that's the whole
You're getting ready for Christmas.
Laundry.
Nice. That is really good, because who wants to like be folding and washing clothes like the day before Christmas?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
You want to make sure that what you want to wear is clean.
Yeah, and putting new bed sheets on. Like
we do that the day before Christmas. Put on like fresh linen so that we can just get into bed on Christmas Eve and just be like super nice.
In Scandinavia, Christmas Eve is kind of like the big celebration day. That's when we get dressed up, and it's pretty formal, but also pretty like a very relaxed, festive atmosphere.
Exactly.
Big dinner on Christmas Eve. Usually 6 o'clock is like the traditional time you start eating, and the bells will ring in Christmas, and then I'm getting all super Christmassy.
But hey, seriously, like next month we'll talk a lot more about the cozy things about Christmas, and also if you want to know a lot more about Scandinavian Christmas, we did a whole series about that last year. It's on our Facebook page. It's not on our YouTube channel, but Real Organized. There's a link in the description below to our Facebook page, and there are like 13 videos leading up to Christmas where we tell all about Scandinavian Christmas. So check that out.
And the 13 Icelandic Santa Clauses.
Scandinavian Christmas and Icelandic Santa Clauses, which are awesome in and of themselves.
Yeah.
But this actually, what we're talking about just before about cleaning out our clothes and toys, brings us really well into our last tip, and that is...
to donate. I mean, so you've basically, and not just to donate, but once you have your clothes and your toys and the stuff that you're getting rid of, find someone that can find joy and value in those things. And in a more broad sense, look for opportunities to serve, to kind of light up somebody else's season.
Exactly. That is something... Actually, this happened to us when we lived in Texas. We were poor grad students. We just moved from Denmark. Oh, no, from Iceland. Just kidding. Moved from Iceland and left most of our stuff there. We had one kid at that point, and someone rang our doorbell like right before Christmas and ran away and left like 2 big baskets of everything you would need for a good cozy Christmas. It was like Christmas meal, like the ham and the potatoes and cookies and cookie sheets and
I'm
gift
getting
cards, and it was
teary-eyed just thinking about it. Like, it's such a good Christmas memory, and it was such a good inspiration for us. It was like, I mean, like, what was it? We'd been married like 5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And at that point, I remember us talking about it and being like, hey, this is what we want Christmas also to be about for us. That we share with others, we serve others, we help others to feel the spirit of Christmas.
Because that really drove home the spirit of Christmas to me. I was like, man, I want to do this to other people. Like, that was amazing. Feeling that way, feeling thought of like that. So finding opportunities to serve, you need to do that now, because I think everyone wants to do that around Christmas time, but just things happen, and then you get to the 23rd or 22nd and you just haven't gotten it done. And then you are like, next year I will promise to get it done.
Yeah.
But why not just decide on a good service project now that you can do, and then make sure you get it done?
And it doesn't have to be, anything huge. It can be, we're talking about earlier, like the stocking stuffers or little presents that you could be, keeping an eye out for now when you go grocery shopping. Pick up an extra one of those for someone that, just to let them know that you're thinking of them, or someone that might appreciate something.
Or writing thoughtful letters and delivering them to certain people without knowing who they're from. Like just something that makes people feel like, hey, the spirit of Christmas, like everyone's special, and it's all about like helping each other out.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you either have enjoyed doing in terms of like service projects around Christmas time in the past, or something that you might want to try this year?
Let us know.
Yeah. Drop us a comment.
Exactly.
And on that note, those are the 9 things that you can do now to prepare for having a more cozy December, more cozy Christmas.
Yeah, because when I am like just keeping up or running a little bit behind, or I get like I forget things, that's when I get stressed and overwhelmed and I'm not enjoying myself. So everything I can do, or we can do now, to not feel that way, to feel like ahead of the game, just makes it so much nicer to really feel that spirit and to be able to think about the people as well. So
and if you've liked our suggestions, the things that we've talked about, if you're looking forward to Christmas, give this video a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We really appreciate you guys being part of our community, and you get a notification when we go live like this. We really enjoy that interaction.
Yeah.
And on that note,
see you next month. Next week. Come next month for the live, but next week for our video.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yeah.